Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is PC Muscle Race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
Hey, what's poppin'?
Hi, LeRon. Was that a question? Was that there was an upward inflection?
Yeah, it's a question, yeah. What's poppin'?
I don't know.
What's good with you, dude?
I don't know. Working.
Besides the fact that I don't return your text messages.
Yeah, yep. You don't. You know, I send you pics and you don't send me anything back.
It's just like every other. It's just like every other relationship you've ever had, right?
I know. You know.
Actually, it's every other relationship I've had, actually, because it seems like I'm always blowing somebody off, and I said blowing them off.
I mean, you do whatever you feel like you want to do, LeRon.
Yeah.
Nobody's here to judge you. Okay, you do you.
It's a joyous action sometimes.
Yeah, blow somebody off? Hell yeah!
Speaking of joyous,
it's like leave me the fuck alone.
Speaking of joyous actions, also here is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
Hello. I spent the last 10 minutes complaining about bodily injuries and a stupid decision to go running. So, hi. I guess we're talking about video
Hi.
games.
Yeah, are we though? Do we ever really? We do,
Our
but
life
do we
is a video
really?
game.
God, please hit reset. Speaking of resetting, also here is PK Power, Pat Klein.
Well, if life is a video game, maybe I should test for fire damage.
Oh, God.
Fall damage.
Why
was
are you
gonna
turning
say-
yellow like the Super Nintendo?
Like, if
I don't know,
everybody's
that's
lives
what I do in video games.
if everybody's lives was a video game, real quick, what genre would it be? Would it be horror, RPG, first person shooter?
God. I mean, probably a life sim, a really boring life sim. Like a 4 out of 10 life sim. With like the occasional, like when you're the Sims and you take away the ladder from the pool and they can't get out.
You know what? Mine's going to be one of the genres I struggle the most with, and that's a roguelike, because I just need to keep starting over and over again, hoping to be better.
I like that answer.
Yeah, it's a good answer. Good answer. Like Family Feud. Good answer.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Family Feud.
I was gonna say mine's definitely gonna be a platformer, because it always seems like, you know, I'm going through one hurdle after another just to get into a better place in life.
Sounds like a puzzle game.
I had to think between. I have like 3 choices here. The correct answer it's a horror, but and the honest answer, or the more positive answer, it's an RPG, because I grind to try and level up. And there's
you go.
somewhat of a story in it with characters involved. And there's some great gritter force that is trying to hold me back. And I am desperately trying to fight it.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, well, everybody out there, what life is your genre? Let us know.
What genre is your life?
What genre is your life?
Whatever. Same thing. It's the same.
If
I know
you
this is
have a
awkward.
Metroidvania life, I really want to hear your story.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh, right?
That might be terrible.
You've unlocked this valuable asset. Now you must go back, retrace all your steps.
Oh no.
And find all the little secrets that will help increment your life, mana, or give you special skills.
Special skills. I have special skills. No, I don't.
And that's leading this podcast. Woo!
Ha! All right. What are we playing? What are we doing? Stephanie, you haven't been here in a while. What have you been up to in your life?
I don't know if you wanted to start with me, but okay. Well, I'll make sure
Sure
they're short and sweet. On my Switch, I'm playing Pokemon Legends ZA, and that's not my favorite.
What?
It's not. I actually like Arceus much better. to be honest with you. I like
Okay.
Scarlet and Violet better, but I know they're two different types of games, so I try not to compare the two. I don't dislike it. I don't know. I just find it just
No,
I'm
no, no.
already
Compare them. I want to know why you don't like this. I want to hear
Oh, no.
reasons. No, no. I'm genuinely curious. I'm not trying to like say, well, that's stupid. I genuinely want to know, like, because I personally think this is like one of my favorite Pokemon. So, like, I'm just kind of flabbergasted that I feel like it did better than it has. So I kind of want to see why you feel like it's not at its peak.
probably because we might have different desires and expectations of Pokemon. I liked Arceus because I like just more of the experimentation aspect. Like it's been a while since I played it, but I liked exploring. I personally like the outdoors exploration. I don't like the city. And I know
Okay.
that's purely personal preference because what I will give
No, no,
ZA
that
credit,
that is valid. That is
um,
valid.
I will give ZA credit that they've hidden Pokemon very well in the city. Like I'm surprised and impressed the different ways they can hide them. But I prefer a nature environment, different quote unquote biomes, versus like, oh, you have wild zones. Okay,
Mhm.
and I like the different like research aspects. You feed Pokemon, you see you fill out that little thing. In addition to
Mhm.
battles. Whereas in Legends EA, you have Mabel's research, but it's like, oh, catch 10 normal types, solve a certain number of mysteries, break 100 mega crystals. And same thing with all like those little mini
Mhm.
quests. The
Yeah.
intro was a bit long and belabored for me. And just again, this is I strictly a personal preference. The list of Pokemon, I haven't caught them all yet, but so far, and I did take a peek of the full list. It's it doesn't have as I don't know. I'm just not as emotionally invested into the list of Pokemon that are available, and I don't know. Mega Evolution really doesn't do it for me. I prefer the Terra in Scarlet and Violet. I don't know, and I just feel
What
that
about
the
that Starmie, or is it Staryu? Starmie.
Army with the
What
weird
about
human
this?
knees. No, I'm good.
The
I'm all
freaky
set.
ass meme that comes around with it now, where
Yeah,
he's like chasing you.
I don't know if I
yeah,
want to know.
yeah. So, and I don't know, like other than maybe one of the ranked battles, like only one of the ranked battles gave me a really hard time. The rest, I just like creamed everyone. Literally bulldozed my way, and I'm currently at rank C. Um, and I know most Pokemon games aren't really supposed to be known for their difficulty, and I'm keeping
Mhm.
that in mind. So, again, I see what ZA does well. It works great on my Switch too. In fact, the loading time is so fast that I can't even have time to read the tips in between because it loads that quickly. The tip will pop up and then it'll pop away just as quickly. I'm like, what? You were telling me something about C moves. So there are a lot of things I appreciate about the game. I know my son's gonna love the hell out of that game. But just as a personal preference, if I were to ever do a ranking of Pokemon someday, personally I like Arceus or Arceus, whatever, much better.
Mhm. I can see your valid reasonings. RCS definitely had more of that research side to it, where you said, yeah, Mabel's research is kind of just it's almost like an afterthought. You don't even have to put effort into Mabel's research unless you're strictly trying to get the shiny medallion, the shiny whatever thing at the end, the amulet. I think
Mm,
it's an amulet, but basically it increases the rate of shinies, and
mhm,
apparently that's huge in this game because everyone wants to be a shiny hunter. Uh, but yeah, honestly though, I think for me it's the battle system in this Pokemon. Like I like that it's more action based and that it feels more like Xenoblade
mhm,
Chronicles, where it has that cooldown feature to its
mhm,
abilities versus having only like 5 flamethrowers. I can use flamethrower whenever the heck I want now, but I just have to wait for it to cool down to reuse it again.
mhm,
Um, and also the fact that there's a bit of strategy now with how where your Pokemon has to position themselves and able to get said move. So like if your opponent is winding up for a close attack, you can like almost completely step out of the way and have them miss. I think that's actually pretty cool. Like it feels more like what I think an actual Pokemon battle would be like, instead of a Pokemon just standing there and getting smacked and then doing its turn and getting smacked like traditional turn base. So I
those are
feel that's why I like it. Oh,
finish.
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I
said
do
I also
acknowledge those two things.
Okay. I also like the story with it. Like for me, a lot of Pokemon characters are very forgettable, but I'm actually really enjoying the group of friends that you have with this. Like they feel like they are very close knit and more relevant to, like, I guess, the story, or at least to like your personal growth as a character, or at least you're involved with their personal growth as characters, rather than just randomly appearing and be like, hey, my Pokemon are like 5 levels higher. Let's battle. Oh, man, I still got ways to go. Next time you see them, hey, I'm the champion. Let's do battle. Kind of, it just feels more natural. So I like that feature. I like that too. And plus, the characters, even the NPCs, in my opinion, have some very weird things to say. So even the side quests, I particularly enjoy in this one, just to see what kind of little stories is going on in the city. I think that's why I like it. Oh, and because the battles are faster, I also like the fact that you level up faster and you can experiment with different abilities and swap them out.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'll give credit
been
to the
on the
different
fence.
combat types, but I will say I'm not good with moving my Pokemon. I don't know if like I don't know if I'm not doing it right, but 9 times out of 10 I don't really execute it very well. But I'm still playing it, but every day my son's asking me when I'm done.
Yeah. No, I wish you could move the Pokemon a little bit better in the game. Like, you almost have to tease it by either using moves or like running and having your Pokemon basically chase you.
Yeah.
But I think it's I think it's in a good direction.
So that's a big chunk. I technically put Chronos and Udon, but I really didn't get really very far because I also got it for the Switch because I want to see how it'll run. So I have to kind of pick and choose. Ghost of
Do you like
Yotei,
it?
I'm in the throes of it. Ghost of Yotei?
No, the Chronos. Have you?
I literally only
Have you
played like
fit?
5-10 minutes. Yeah, it's
Okay.
I
It just
can't have an opinion
seems like
yet.
it seems like one of those games that was like pretty underwhelming in terms of sales, but it seems like the people that played it like really loved it, like almost like a Dead Space-esque kind of experience. So
I'm excited. But I will have to
with.
Yeah, I'll have to report back. It's too soon for me to tell, but I at least want to like throw that on there to be like have my head set on continuing it. I love Bloober Team as much as I'm not. I guess I should no longer say I'm a weenie anymore because I'm playing a lot more horror games. But I've never been disappointed by a Bloober Team game yet that I played. Ghost of Yotei, I'm in the middle of playing. I wrote a banter about it. Who did it better? I personally, so far, am team Ghost of Tsushima over Ghost of Yotei.
Damn.
Yes, but I still love Yotei. I'm not, again, like it's the same thing with my Pokemon like conversation. Like I don't hate ZA, I don't hate Yotei, but I just prefer Tsushima so far.
I don't know. Sounds like you hate it. Sounds like the internet's going to say
if you don't like it, then you hate it. That's how it all works. Okay, so I know I'm making this longer, but why Tsushima over Yotei, in your opinion?
I think primarily it's because of the theme and the story resonates with me more with Tsushima. I am not a male from the samurai era, but the overall conflict, other than the main Mongols are invading the fictional Japan, but it is the fact that and maybe it's like my Asian heritage. I fully understand the intensity of which you must honor whatever tradition you have. Like if you do anything outside of how you were raised, it's completely unacceptable. Absolutely unforgivable. Like you are out of the
Mhm.
family. So when he is faced a situation where he's one of the last survivors, his uncle's taken captive, and he knows that if he keeps practicing fighting back the way of the samurai, he's just not going to succeed. He will fail, and he has to do
Yeah.
what culturally is unacceptable by using these like ghost or guerrilla warfare combat to save Japan, which he does. But in the end, spoilers, has to confront his uncle, and then you have the decision in the end. Blah blah blah. For me, that internal conflict of do what is expected of me, tradition, versus doing what is necessary to achieve a certain end resonates more than a revenge story, which it's still a
Mhm.
good revenge story. Like seeing your family being murdered and then being pinned to a tree with a sword is intense, and I know I will cry, and I've cried. And again, so it's nothing to do with me saying, "Oh, Yote sucks, it's boring." I still find it very
Mhm.
intriguing, but between the two, I'm like revenge story, or I don't know, like the Tsushima theme resonates with me more. And then when we talk about overall gameplay, I notice the differences, but to me, the differences aren't sufficient enough for me to be like, holy shit, they just reinvented the wheel with Yote. So Yote is good,
Mhm.
but it's
Yeah.
it's good.
Do you want?
Yote throws more weapons in there, so that are at least in terms of gameplay, but there isn't a whole lot of difference in the gameplay. And I think the reason Yote resonates with me, actually, it's almost the same reason why you resonate with Tsushima, is Atsu's story. Now, I'm not exactly seeking revenge against my family, but for me, it's how, like, I feel like a lot of what I am became because of, a crappy childhood. And the game is constantly trying to challenge that by making her see and like inject humanity into her again. Like people are always like kind of hinting, are you sure this is really the route that you want to go? There could be other things like what happens once you get revenge? What is your life going to be? Like it's constant, it's that challenge to change her mindset. And I feel like that's kind of been resonating with me, especially in these days, is trying to change a mindset that has been instilled in me for a very long time.
Hmm. Okay. LeRon,
Do you?
was Tsushima one of those PlayStation games that you've played, or is it one of those on your
It's
gate?
one of the
Like,
ones. It's one of the ones I've been trying to play. Like
gotcha. Okay.
where am I at in the storyline? I think I'm when he was talking about Lady Atsu, like I think I was actually like getting ready to finish out that storyline because it's very intriguing to me. I kind of like like her revenge element. It's basically it's basically like pushing her along because it's the last thing she has at this point now. So it's the only thing she's got left to hold on to. And I don't know. I feel like there might be a tragic story behind it, but I'm thinking like I haven't seen how it resolves yet because I haven't finished the storyline yet. But I'm thinking it's acting like she's going in there like knowing that she's not going to walk out with her life, but she's going to get her revenge. I don't know though, so I haven't completed the scenario.
You're referring to Tsushima and Lady Keshi, right?
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah,
I thought.
Atsu's the hero of Yote.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Like, that's who I was talking about though. Like in the original Ghost of Tsushima. So that's funny. It looks like there's like a parallel story that I guess the hero story is paralleling a side character's story from the first game. Okay.
Well, that's a
That
good
makes
reminder,
sense.
though,
Yeah.
LeRon. Yeah.
Huh?
No, it's a good
Hmm.
reminder of that story.
Yeah.
Corey, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if like you think Sucker Punch should do a third game in this series, or if you think they should move on to something different now that they've done this twice.
It could. It's kind of like the whole, and I'm going to use you as the example because I know you couldn't get into Ghost of Tsushima, or you just didn't get the hype because you have played Assassin's Creed and you're like, you know, um, Sucker Punch could do a third one, but they would just have to be very careful with the story they choose and how they do it, or else it's going to turn into kind of like Assassin's Creed, how there's just kind of sometimes a little bit too many and might seem like too much. I do like the anthology type nature that it has, given that
Mhm.
Tsushima and Yote are two different time periods. Um, but I don't know. I think I will become less feverish as they release more because, like I said with Yote, they changed some stuff up, but it wasn't so drastic that I think it might get samey after a while. So that's all to say is Sucker Punch could do it, but they'd have to have another very interesting character and a new theme, and so far it's all been in Japan, just different time periods. And Yote, they're introducing firearms at this point. So like we're inching closer to more modern warfare. So
Mhm.
hey,
Yeah, I agree with Steph in this regard too. While they could go for a third route or a third game for their popularity, I don't know how they would do it without it being almost a complete rehash of something in Tsushima. Like both of the games are good. However, I would honestly like Sucker Punch to either go back to a different series like Sly or Infamous, or maybe like if they wanted to try and figure out a Ghost of Tsushima route, they have to try and figure out how to do it with a different culture, which means maybe change up the gameplay. Like maybe they could do a spy themed one or like a secret agent. That way that kind of keeps up with their ghost, but instead of swords, it's now gunplay. It'd almost be a completely different game by then.
yeah.
What if they did a cyberpunk one, like a futuristic
Mhm.
cyberpunk samurai? That'd be cool.
I mean,
Maybe.
that would be
I
what
would
I
I
like.
would love for him. Oh, good, good.
No, go finish it, LeRon.
I was saying I would love for them to revisit Infamous, but after playing like the well, let me see. I never beat the third the one on PS4,
Second
so I
son.
don't Second Son, so I don't know how that resolved, but the first two stories, in my opinion, were golden. I feel like it closed off like the storyline. Of course, I played
Mhm.
the beginning of this of Second Son, so I know that it was more like a dormancy thing for all those powers versus like the all the conduits got shut off.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would say it'd be nice to see a return to that universe, but I also understand like if they feel like it's a little too far along for that,
Mhm.
because we're
Yeah.
still begging Insomniac for freaking Resistance.
Yeah. I feel that I would like I like how Sucker Punch approaches open world. Their open world, as I think I talked about last time, it feels more purposeful than say an Assassin's Creed open world where yeah, it is kind of big, but it has like you have reasons to go to these places versus like, oh, here's a town in a map that may or may not have any relevance to the story whatsoever. You know, it it's more cluttered, more I guess impactful,
Mm.
more purposeful. The maps are designed in a way that you take a path and you can kind of traverse through it to get to your destination. That's what I kind of appreciate with Ghost of Yotai versus,
Mhm.
say, a Ubisoft title right now.
Mhm. All right. All right, moving along. I'm sorry, like this is what happens when Corey, you make me go first. Silent Hill F. I
I'm
love this
sorry.
game. I love this game. I love this
Mhm.
game. This is the first game I ever done New Game Plus. I've never played a New Game Plus before. I mean, it's different. Like I replay Ocarina of Time because I'm nostalgic and I want to play it. First time ever. I immediately hit replay. I wanted another ending. Yes, it's still scary. I would say Silent Hill 2 Remake is technically in my opinion, scarier game, but I thoroughly enjoyed Silent Hill F so much. I love the game. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mwah. So
It's supposedly sold like really well,
I'm
like
glad.
better than 2 initially did.
Mhm.
So
I'm glad because I
uh,
think the way the reviews came out, like critically, it reviewed well, but I think the fans, it was kind of like a bit divisive, probably because fans, they don't know what they really want, and they're probably used to the traditional Silent Hill and the setting. I don't know, but I think it's
Yeah.
they want a remake of the Silent Hill 2 remake.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just yeah.
there was definitely some controversy with the. It's a Silent Hill game that has no reference to Silent Hill.
Yeah, and I understand that, but you know what? Not that I'm a Silent Hill connoisseur, but given what I've like heard on podcasts and my research, it carries the same essence. That's that mental psychological fuckery. And maybe again, it hits me more personally as a female Asian culture. I didn't grow up in 1960s Asia, but I understood like what she kind of felt that pressure to. I was a tomboy. I preferred to play with the boys than the girls, and there's like certain ways you were treated and stuff. So love that game. The next two on my list are real quick, but I want to give them shout outs because they're indie games. Pocket Boss, it's great. You play as a remote worker and your boss is constantly harassing you to fix these like charts or Excel files. And all you do is you just like change the bar graphs. So it's like kind of like you're cheating. You're just like bullshitting your work. And it's hilarious. I love it. It's a very quick jaunt, very well done. It's a lot of fun. And Cary Beneath the Forlorn Limbs, very excellent, spooky-ish indie game. You play as like it must be like some French folklore. You're like a gnome-like creature, but you can't speak. So you need to use the power of like pictures on cards to elicit questions from characters or creatures, and you're trying to solve a mystery at the bottom of a house. And it's like kind of freaky, creepy kind of horror, but not like piss your pants horror. I think I played it in like an hour. I loved it. It was a wonderful time. I highly recommend Karimara. Oh, that's what I've been playing. And should I save all the stuff that I bought from Limited Run? If I do, I promise I'll flash them wicked quick. As my
I mean, you can show them now or when we talk about your trip to Limited Run.
okay.
Doesn't matter.
Super quick. Limited Run 10-year anniversary shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
Next. Penny's Big Breakaway. Shantae, Risky Revolution. Night in the
Ooh.
Woods.
Mm.
Persona 3 on the Switch. The Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. 9 Years of Shadows. Switch. Pentiment. Switch. 4-in-1 award-winning games on Switch. In
Oh
Stars
my.
and in Time because I couldn't get it on Switch. Risk of Rain because I couldn't get it on Switch.
Jesus,
This
like a
one's
Mary Poppins bag.
this one's for Pat, but I'm still showing it off. I got him a collector's edition of the house in, is it Fata or Fata Morgana?
Fata Morgana.
Thank you. So there's that. Funny story about that, Pat, is everyone like freaked out when I pulled it, brought it to the register because like, oh, we hit it, and we were like betting how long it would take for someone to buy it. Castlevania Dominus Collection on the Switch. Shantae and the Seven Sirens because I couldn't find it on the Switch. Dear Esther because I couldn't find it on the Switch. Panzer Paladin on Xbox. I'll explain why it's on Xbox. Limited runs Doom 1 and Doom 2 on this thing for the Switch.
Ooh.
A limited run 10th anniversary hat. And I got my RZ Jewels of Faramore autographed, and then I have a pin somewhere.
Jeez.
8 of these games were free, and I'll get into that when I discuss my experience.
Free is good.
Free is good. All right, I'm done. I'm finally done. Sorry.
Ah. You know what? Let's keep this ball rolling. Pat, what are you playing?
I have been playing Power Wash Simulator.
Of course you have.
Are you surprised?
You
Power
warned
Simulator
us that that was going to be the thing.
I mean, I've also been doing my best to make sure that I'm not completely like I'm trying to space it out a little bit and try and play some other things. But I think I got at least 15 to 20 hours in Power Wash Simulator 2 in already. It's what I want. It's got all the good stuff of Power Wash Simulator, and then they have improved things more by adding like more equipment. So now you have I don't know what it's called, but it's like this lift that it attaches to like it's almost like one of those hanging lifts that you see on like um buildings for like window washers, except for it's not that big and it's more like a swing. I think it's like a sailing or something is what it's called, but I forget. I don't know if that's the technical term. You also have a power lift now,
Nice.
which is kind of cool. Like the advantage of the power lift is that you don't have any like bars in your way when you can shoot, and you can shoot in like all angles versus the scaffolding. But they've also massively improved the scaffolding too. So they have ladders on the side of the scaffolding, so you can just climb up the ladders instead of going around this like staircase to get to your top. And then they have new nozzles. They have an adjustable nozzle now that can like you can change like how big your stream is instead of switching between one of the four other nozzles. And they also have this like power like a surface cleaner, which looks kind of like it's like a circular disc, and it just like cleans up a big area as long as the area is flat. And it's been a godsend whenever I have to clean floors in the game. And then just like the movement is so much better. The one thing that threw me off was that they changed up the control scheme in the game. So I constantly was having my memory like click a button, and now it does something completely different. But I also feel like this control scheme is better. There's a lot more quick shortcut buttons instead of having to hold something and get a radial dial to choose your like equipment. There's a lot more like push up arrow will change your what nozzle that you have, or if you push in your directional pads, if you push left or right, you can change the different. Well, if it depending on whether or not you have the adjustable nozzle or the just the regular ones that you can change, it would change the size of your nozzles. Triangle changes what gun you're actually using. Down arrow changes the attachment for distance. It's a lot easier to just kind of cycle through now rather than going into a menu and changing things physically that way. What else is really cool about this game? Gosh, other like the missions are definitely like there's some really tall things I've had to clean. I've had to clean a rock climbing park just recently. So it's a lot. They take a lot more opportunities to use the new tools. You have a base that you can now kind of like customize. And the cool thing about that is that as you get new furniture, you have to clean the furniture before you can actually place it. So it's like a little little game in the game. And then there are cats that you can pet, but the animation kind of sucks.
I thought you were going to power wash the cats.
You know what? The game will not let you do that. The game will purposely lock the power wash before it can like hit a cat. So
you tried to spray a kitty.
You know what? I want to see what the
I love how it's like, you know what? I love how you started off. You know what?
Yeah, it's the same theory as why I test for fall damage and fire damage. It's like to see what the developers actually did with it. It's got a good story going on with it. It is a continuation of the story from the first one, and you do have returning characters texting you, and they have great personalities, and they had this like little communal like chat that a bunch of people start chatting on and like giving off different theories about the plots that's going on in the game. And it's just been overall like I love this game. It's a great game. I need more Power Wash Simulator as soon as I'm done with it. Like I need all the DLCs. I need
Well,
to
they
know that
announced
there's
3 of
Power
them,
Wash
right?
Simulator 3. They announced 3 to start off. Like I imagine if this is anything like Power Wash Simulator 1, it's probably going to have 2 to 3 years worth of DLC while they're making Power Wash Simulator 3. And it's going to be a mixture of both the paid and the free DLCs as well. And they probably will have like holiday packs in there as well, kind of like what they did. I imagine it's exactly the same game plan as they had last time. But yes, Power Wash Simulator is freaking amazing. Play Power Wash Simulator, play Power Wash Simulator 2. Like these are the perfect Zen games. You can just completely get yourself lost in just cleaning things. And then I also picked up a Switch or a game called Corpse Party because I saw a news article referring to I guess a collector's pack that might have gotten canceled for American shipping. So I wanted to see what this game is about. This is a game about high school students who are trapped in a haunted elementary school, and it is a horror game. Very 16-bit pixel RPG style graphics, but it's gory. There's some creepy things going on in this school, and it's good for the spoopy season.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the games that kind of focus on like Japanese horror. So hearing about this game and finding out it's like a haunted school, where it's like a bunch of like elementary school students were like killed in a very brutal way, and that curse kind of rising up, and now you're trapped in it, and you're trying to figure out how to get out along with like it's like a group of 9 people that get trapped. So the game kind of takes focus on different stories, and your actions can lead you to a false ending, in which case you would then reboot your last save point and try and like do something a little different, or you can use a walkthrough and try and collect all the endings yourself. But usually the false endings, it results in some members of your party dying in gruesome ways, and then the correct ending leads you to the next chapter, which it almost treats itself like an episodic game. Each chapter kind of is its own like little contained story, but it also continues on from the prior one. But it has like its own save system, so I guess that way if you wanted to find something that was in a particular chapter, you don't necessarily have to like worry about not having it saved because each chapter is individually contained. It's unique, but it's not bad.
I like
And then I
Japanese
built
horror.
that. Yep. And then I built the my Game Boy Lego set because I had a
I
little
love
time,
that set.
and
Did you like it?
I did. It's a very pretty set. Um, I like the unique pieces to it, and I just kind of like how authentic it looks to the Nintendo Game Boy.
It was a lot of fun. It does look very authentic, and I honestly think it's a great price point. Like I think this is like in a sense like an ideal Nintendo type of a set. It's great.
How much is it? Like 70?
60.
Dude, I thought it was 60.
$60.
Yeah.
Yep. It took about 2 hours to build. It's not a super huge set, but it the way it's built is pretty fun.
Cool. Thought about getting it. Maybe I will.
You should.
I personally think it's worth it.
Maybe I will.
Mhm.
You know what else is worth it? LeRon. LeRon, your games are worth it. What are you playing? Doing?
I'm playing the same stuff I was playing last week. So Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evil East Chronicles, of course. I am almost where I want to be as far as like my character's job placements and stuff as I get into the later chapters, into the later battles of chapter 2. Yes, I'm still in chapter 2. Honestly, the beginning of chapter 2, in my opinion, it has some of the best battles, especially as far as repetitive battles that you can do, to actually like level up your characters and stuff like that. Like I've got, for a few of my characters, I've got practically all the swordsman or melee class jobs open, and for a set other characters, I've got basically all the magic using stuff open for the jobs and stuff like that. So now I'm getting ready to not so much min max, but now I'm getting to the point where like I can kit out some of my characters and just make them like like ultimate characters, to get me through chapters 2 and 3, because for anyone that doesn't know, like you're gonna start getting named characters that join your team. And when I say named characters, I mean people, characters who are actually part of the storyline, stuff like that. So like take advantage of the characters that you've been using in the beginning, because like unfortunately, by the time you get to like the waning chapters of the waning battles of the waning missions in chapter 4, which is the final chapter of the game, you're going to have to start parting ways with some of those characters. So get the most fun out and enjoyment out of the characters that you've been building up in all this time, because trust me, the characters that come in that you're going to want to have are just as fun, if not more delightful to play with. So yeah, that's that. Tekken 8, still playing along with that. Stephanie, I've hit a plateau with Victor. So I am getting ready to move on to a different character. I made the Tekken Emperor, which is the highest ranking that I've ever made in any of the Tekken games since they started the ranked combat, online combat.
Emperor LeRon.
Yep, Tekken Emperor. I mean, next is Tekken God, then Tekken God. Then I think there's one more after God, and there's one more after God, and there's God of Destruction. So basically, they're like, okay, we no longer have like ranks that we can use based off of like Japanese mythology and stuff like that. So now they're just going Dragon Ball Z with Gods of Destruction.
Nice. So who do you think will be our next character then?
Actually, I'm gonna go back to one of my original characters. I'm debating whether it's gonna be Asuka Kazama, Asuka Kazama, Anna Williams, or Armor King, because Armor King just released with this latest update. And Armor King is fun. Armor King has always been fun for me. I feel like he's not as like moveset heavy as like King is, for example. Like King has so many like multi throws and all this stuff that's like, Jesus Christ, dude, like you don't know which way is up sometimes fighting this guy. And where Armor King is much more simplified, but he's also got his own like diversity and like uniqueness to like his moveset and stuff like that. And I've always liked Armor King. Armor King's just a bully. he's just a bully, and I like it. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I did start labbing Asuka Kazama, because like Asuka has been my main since she arrived in Tekken 5. And I noticed, I was like, I was playing her hardcore in Tekken 7. And she's a different character now. Like she's more technical, execution heavy and stuff like that. And I was like, man, like I'm getting old, because like I'm having a hard time doing the execution part of like the combo generation and stuff like that. I'm getting old. Like these games are starting to wear me out. Yeah. So that's all I've been playing. I didn't pick up anything new, so nothing to report on that. I did finish the entire season of NCIS Tony and Ziva. That was a good show. Especially if you're an NCIS fan, especially if you're fans of like the old school team that consisted of Gibbs, Tony, Ziva, McGee, and all that stuff. Like this was a great like one shot. I'm not sure if they're gonna renew it for a second season. Like this, like the show kind of like is open and shut as far as like the storyline goes. It was a great season, like 10 episodes. I basically watched it all in a week. And it was a fun, nice little show. And it definitely, like, if you have any investment on those characters, Tony and Ziva specifically, like you're gonna love seeing like the growth that's gone through with both these characters since they both exited the NCIS series, because I think NCIS is on like season 23 now or something like that. I'm not sure. I kind of bowed out as like some of the more established characters started leaving the show and stuff like that. So so I don't know what NCIS is doing right now, but all I know is NCIS Tony and Ziva. It hit all the buttons for me.
Nice.
Yep, and that's it for me.
Nice. Well, now that they've left us, LeRon, they don't care what I have to say about Plants vs Zombies. I've been so last night I was finally like caught up to a point where like I felt like I could stop doing things and just kind of hang out for a little bit. So I was watching the Monday Night Football game, which was not very good.
Did you walk away aggravated?
No, I don't. I just like to watch the game. I don't really care about the teams who were playing.
Okay.
It was the Washington Commanders and the Kansas City Chiefs last night. So, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put on the football game. I'm gonna lay here on the couch. I'm gonna play some Plants vs Zombies. Dude, the football game is over. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play a little bit more. So I was like, I'll turn on a movie. So I was scrolling through Netflix. And I was like, man, that new Ninja Turtles movie is on here. Maybe I'll watch that. So I threw it on. I kept playing Plants vs Zombies, and I played from like 9:30 till like 2 a.m.
Jeez.
I was like, oh, dude, I love Plants vs Zombies, and I'm like, I don't know what anybody's talking about because everybody's like, oh, it's so broken, you can't play it. I'm like, I don't know, it seemed fine to me for 5.5 hours. I don't know. Maybe you guys are just playing it wrong. Maybe y'all suck.
Maybe you guys are playing it wrong.
Oh my gosh, it's so good though. Like the strategy you need for that game is so, like, you know, at every level you unlock a different plant, and at some point you unlock so many plants that you have to like start picking and choosing which ones you take into each level, and you have to like kind of decide if you want to be offensive or defensive, or kind of like you know, kind of risk a lot of, you know, risk things to kind of capitalize on other things. And so like, I don't know, it's just so good. Like we talk about, you know, how crappy mobile games have gotten over the last, you know, decade and a half or so, but like, man, this just reminds me when like mobile games were amazing. Like it was like Angry Birds, this, and like Threes and Bejeweled, and like, you know, probably a few others at this point, but yeah, Plants vs Zombies, I can't recommend it enough. It's like in terms of like favorite games of all time, it's up there for me. It's like it's
Interesting.
It's like
okay.
It's like it's really up there with like Tetris and like, you know, a couple of these other fun puzzle games that are just amazing. I can't recommend it enough.
No, is this like a power defense? Like your plants and
exactly
zombies are defending something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically the main mechanic is like you have to like fend off the zombies from, like, they enter, like, basically at the beginning they give you a house and a yard, and like you have to fend off the zombies from the edge of your yard from getting to your house, right? That's kind of the goal. And there's like a meter at the bottom that fills up, and once the meter is full, you move on to the next level or next round or whatever. There are safeties, so like if a zombie makes it to the end to your house, there's like lawnmowers that you can use to like run them over, but you only get one per row, and you have 5 rows to place plants. So like there's 5 lawnmowers that you can kind of use as safety nets. But like one of the mechanics is like, oh, well, you can either plant these flowers, these sunflowers, or these mushrooms to gain sunshines, essentially. And like they spit out like 15, 25, or 50 sunshines, and like, you know, like the main kind of shooter plant is like 100 sunshines, right? So like over time they'll just keep spitting them out. And so like the the goal is to like manage those and be like, okay, well, if I save up to 200, I can get the double shooter plant, or if I get 175, I can get the big purple plant that like eats a zombie, but will also be vulnerable while it's eating a zombie. Or, you know, there's these little like coconut looking things that, or I guess they'd kind of just be rocks, I guess, but like they act as like walls, and the zombies will like try to tear it down, but you place it and it's like, okay, well, I can place this here and I can place a shooter here, right? And then, you know, then the different zombies have different have different, you know, attachments to them that you have to use different plants to attack them. So the zombie that's holding like the screen door, right? Okay, well, a regular pellet shooter won't hurt them, but there's a mushroom that you can plant that sprays this gas that will kill it, and it goes through the screen door, right? So there's different mechanics like that. And then eventually you get like this really, really tiny, weak pea shooter that doesn't cost any any sunshines, but like 1 or 2 hits and it's done, right? But it's more of like I'm in a pinch, I really need to place something here and I don't have enough sunshine, so I'm just going to place this here while I wait, sort of thing.
Okay.
But it's really, really fun. And then like you get a shovel that you can like dig up plants if you're like, oh well, there's these zombies coming. You can kind of like see which zombies are coming. And I don't have the right plants and my row is full, so I can dig one up and place a different one here. And then there's like cherry bombs, which has like a 3 square radius that you can blow up multiple zombies at the same time. It's so fun. I love it so much. It's $20. Well worth it in my opinion. It's a perfect Switch or Steam Deck game.
Okay.
Might have to check it out. I've never actually played Plants vs. Zombie games.
Oh gosh, it's so good. It's so good. It's like I said, it's like up there as one of my favorite puzzle games with Tetris and Angry Birds. Like it's so good.
Nice.
But that's kind of all I've been playing. I just was like, I had to play it because I bought it and I had time last night, and then I spent too much time playing it. But worth it. I'm actually probably going to play a little bit when we're done recording.
All right.
And then there's like there's like an adventure mode, like a story mode that you go through, and Crazy Dave is like your crazy neighbor that gives you stuff, and you can buy stuff off of him to like upgrade your upgrade stuff. But then there's like a challenge mode where they have different challenges for you to do that makes it, you know, just an added thing. I'm sure on PlayStation and Xbox you use that to get achievements and trophies and stuff, but I'm not dealing with that playing on Switch. So, and like I said, I sort of watched that new Ninja Turtles movie. It was okay. It was good.
I got a question. For wait. Yeah, Corey, you don't. Well, you have a Switch, so technically that is a handheld. Are you one of those people that you have a handheld device, like, you know, gaming, and there's something on the background like TV? Are you one of those general people? How about you, Pat and Stephanie? How about you guys?
No, I still want to be fully immersed in my game, even if I'm handheld.
Okay, yeah, I'm one of those people. Like, I have something in the background.
It depends on what the game is, though, right? Like Plants vs Zombies, I don't need to like hear it or listen to it, or like, yeah, I need to pay attention to it, but I don't really need to pay attention to it. And if it's something that I need to like really pay attention to, like a story game, I'm playing it on the TV. So
yeah, I just like listening to the soundtracks too, though. That's just me. A weird thing that I like.
And I think for me, it's if there's something on the TV, it's on the TV because I want to pay attention to it. So it's the opposite, where I feel like if I was playing a game, then, you know, I wouldn't be able to pay attention to what's on the TV. And we talked about this, I think, again last week. I read subtitles to listen to what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm not hearing it.
That's fair.
Which is very weird. I don't get it. Like, yes, I can hear the word just fine, but I hear it when I actually read it. I don't know how else to describe it. I guess
Well,
that otherwise I'm questioning whether or not I heard it correctly.
yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, now that we've gone through all that, you can check out the very first episode of the Boss Rush Games Cast very soon. Remember, you get it a week early on Patreon if you are a paid subscriber. Stephanie, you did something really cool this weekend, as you showed
Sure
us
did.
a little bit ago. But you actually went to the 10th anniversary event for Limited Run,
I sure did.
and you wrote a bunch of articles on the website about it.
I sure did.
You want to share your experience? Or-
Yeah. Yeah,
I sure
I
do.
I definitely thought I was done with events for the year, primarily due to financial reasons, but I figured this was a quick plane ride away, and I wanted to work on our relationship with Limited Run and learn more about them because I've heard many negative things about them, but I also hear really positive things about them. Like they're one of the aspects in the gaming industry where I feel people are extremely like on one end of the spectrum about how they are liked or disliked. I don't know, and I just thought it'd be cool. I wanted to do something to further my journalism career at Boss Rush. So flew down Friday. The 10th anniversary was Saturday, and it started at 10. I got there, and there were people that had been waiting in line since Thursday. Uh,
Jeez.
and here I am, like, oh, I'll just get there at 9:30, and I'll be in line because I did ask, like, should I be in line or not? And what I really loved about working with a marketing person was they're like, well, we want everything to be fair. So, you know, you do your media thing. If you are doing your work, you can come in and out of the store anytime you please, bypass the line. But if and when you want to buy something, you know, maybe do it after all that. Send me a list of games. I'll see what's available, but we got to give people who've been waiting in line a fair shot. And I really appreciated that integrity. And I just want to throw that out there as kudos to them. But yeah, people have been waiting like overnight, more than one night. It was a very long line. Pat, were you with Stoy when he went to Limited Run?
Nope.
Okay, I have to check. I know.
I think I was out of town for
Okay.
that.
I remember he said that there was a line too. I guess I underestimated it, but it was cool. I decided to like go and harass some people in the line and ask them, you know, hey, what are you excited for? Do you know a lot about Limited Run? You know, I asked them a bunch of questions. I got answers like all over the place. Um, I also asked them, what's your preferred platform for physicals? 100% of the time, it was Nintendo Switch. 100% of the time. And you know what was number two? This shouldn't be hard.
PlayStation.
And
Mhm.
every single time it's sorry, Xbox is last. Xbox last. Xbox last. I'm like, oh gosh, like but
Well, it's because they don't care about physical. Like Xbox doesn't care about physical. That's the
oh yeah, I know that's not as surprising. And I guess the Nintendo thing doesn't surprise me, but it's very validating to hear it from
Mhm.
people. They're like, this is a real thing. Like Nintendo, you know, anyway. So they I will also give Limited Run credit. They are very organized. They had a line wrapping around the complex, down the stairs, and they let people in and out without it overcrowding because the store proper is kind of small. Um, and before they let gamers in, there was that blockbuster popcorn smell that I enjoy dearly. It's great. It's the store is awash in pink neon. To the left, there are even a section of collector's cards. Then there are the books. I wish I had all the money in the world because I would have bought a ton of books. They had like a book on the help me brain fart. Nintendo's going to come out with their own version of it, and they only publish like 30 games. The thing, the thing. What was announced
Virtual
at the
Boy.
they
Virtual
yes,
Boy.
Virtual Boy. They had a book
Oh,
on the
okay.
Virtual Boy.
I was lost.
this thing. I'm sorry, brain
I'm like,
fart.
Nintendo's publishing a book.
No. And like just and NES works, and there's a book on NES endings. And then there
I
is
got
Switch.
that one.
Yes, that looked really good. I
Mhm.
forgot to get one signed by Jeremy Parish. I was so pissed. Then there's Switch, PlayStation's in the middle, and then Xbox, and then I didn't know, but it was partially a used store, like used game store. So there's also just various Wii U games, Genesis games, like really old school games that are just there. So overall, kind of
Interesting.
relatively small setup. In the back of the store, they have the physical vault. Josh, the president, made sure that there was at least one of every single numbered limited run game in that vault. He even said because they don't reprint, despite what people think, he went on eBay for the games that he didn't have, like that just the little bits that he didn't have left, and he actually bought the games off of eBay so we could stock it. Which I know people have their thoughts about limit, but I just thought it was cool for the event. I thought that was awesome.
That's quite a gesture, honestly,
It is.
to
Mhm.
do that.
And it's every $250 you spend, you get a ticket into the vault, which at first you're like, oh man, that's a lot of money. But as you know, if you go to shop at Limited Run or if you're a physical collector and you're going into a store to buy physical
That's
stuff,
like 3 collector's editions.
I was
You know,
going to
you
say,
Mhm.
like,
get like
you'll
2
hit that
tickets.
pretty quickly. And what happens is the ticket, you go in and you get 60 seconds. And it's all randomized. It's not in numerical order. It's not on platform order. It's just everywhere. And they had like Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. They even had PS Vita games or like published on the Vita. Um, I think
Ooh.
there was like a Genesis game, a game that they published for the Genesis on it there. It was so cool. I didn't get to enter the vault till the end, which I'll just skip to that now. So they lowered the threshold toward the end as well. So out of all that I got, I was able to get 8 tickets. I split it up into 2 sessions. So I go in and I'm trying to skim all the Switches because I just want the Switch collections. But by the end of the day, the Switch collections were pretty depleted. So that's why, for example, I got like the Xbox copy of, I already forgot already, but because I just wanted that game and I could only find the Xbox physical. But man, what a rush. The guy's like, listen, you have 60 seconds. I recommend just grabbing a bunch of shit because when the 60 seconds up, you can like choose to put back stuff. So I think that was incredibly fun, creative idea. As far as special guests, there were a lot there. I interviewed Jeremy Parish, who is in charge of the Press Run Books line, and he also helps create a lot of the pack-in content. So for the Contra Galuga, he helped create a lot of the stuff that's in there. The art books and guides, the strategy guides for Tomba, and he's going to be working on Tomba 2. So if you get collector's editions of some limited run physicals and you see the pack-in content, he might have been responsible for some of that. Retroware was there. And then a couple of other special guests. Like one of them was like an illustrator for the Pokemon comics. And then, goodness, help me out. Shoot, there was another. Oh yeah, Yuzo Koshiro, and then Mitsuhiro Arita, which was cool. I got to like rub shoulders with them. I didn't have time to like get to interview them because they were very busy, but they were there. And then I got to interview the president of Limited Run himself, and I observed him throughout the event because I don't know, usually when I think of a president of a company, I'm like, they might not be in the weeds as much. I don't expect them to, but he was there the whole time. He was engaging with all the customers. If someone's like, oh man, I can't seem to find X game, he will go in the back room and see if there's any left. He will go out of his way to try and find exactly what they're looking for. If it's something that would have gone to the vault, he'd go in and like hide the game in the vault and mix stuff up and then send the person to go in and try and find the game.
Mhm.
Uh, I interviewed him, seemed pretty down to earth. I got to talk to him about like, can you please explain the Embracer thing? Because a lot of people kind of didn't like the fact that, you know, Embracer had acquired them. If you want to know more details, please check out my interview on bossrush.net, just because I don't want to put everyone to sleep here unless you want to know more about it. But overall, he just seemed like a very down to earth person. They, you know, really truly valuing, you know, creativity and just, you know, physical media. The coworkers are awesome. I know I'm going all over the place by now, but overall, the event, I believe, was a success. It was well organized. It was a lot of fun. The customers seemed to have a good time. The coworkers had a great time. The special guests were wonderful. And now they're going to have limited run 3, LRG 3 tomorrow, with some important game announcements, which I don't know yet myself, but I'm very excited.
Would they have the Grandia collection at one point?
I
No.
mean, maybe in
Okay.
the beginning, it is very possible, but by the time I got around to asking, it wasn't there.
Yeah, I might just have to cave in and buy one for $130. Jesus.
Or you could
Or
wait
I
till
could go.
you could wait till another event, and then I could try get it again, but they don't know when they're gonna do something like this again.
You can
And
wait for
man,
the 20-year anniversary.
dude, the Switch,
A 20-year.
the Switch stuff went quick. That's why when I showed you like in Stars and Time, I was eyeballing them, but you know, I was on my best behavior. You know, I'm gonna honor like, hey, don't go pocketing stuff yourself till you're done with work. So I did, and I missed out on a lot of Switch physicals, but that's okay. I'm still very happy with what I have. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. And like I said, I got to understand their business better. I understand that their production time is pretty long. Um, Given what I've learned about their workings with Embracer, they have improved their warehouse. They did say that their warehouse was one of their pain points, like fully acknowledge that. Embracer has helped them cut down warehouse times by like I think 3 to 6 months. And
Wow.
again, this is personal, okay? So like personal opinion, I shouldn't say personal, that when I look at a couple of other physical collector edition sites, not all of them, but one of them, I'm ordering like a special Alan Wake physical, like kind of like a book or something. Um, I won't see that till next year, and I prepaid for it. So maybe I'm used to it. I'm used to this long turnaround time, and I'm not saying that's how it should be or is acceptable. I'm sure there are people who have ordered something and it should have come in and didn't come yet. That wasn't my experience, but I don't know. I've come to understand the company a lot more. And again, check out my interview, bossrush.net. Um, I don't know, and like I said, I'm glad they're here, but I also hope that there are a lot more people that come to appreciate physical media in general.
Cool. I'm glad that it turned out to be a good experience. I was sometimes you get there and there's like a ton of people there and you're like, I don't know. And it's like a small space and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I was kind of like, I hope it's okay, but it seems like it turned out okay and better than okay, actually.
Well,
And
they let me use the employee back room because I couldn't handle being, you know me, I'm an introvert. Like that drains my social battery like crazy. So like I would go out, do my pictures, talk to some people, hide in the employee back room, come back out, hide in the back room. So, you know, I don't know if they'd really listen to, but shout out to Jeremy, shout out, oh, there's 2 Jeremys, shout out to Josh, shout out to every single one of those employees. I had so many awesome conversations about video games with those people. They were so welcoming, so kind, so much fun. So shout out to everyone that I met and spoke to at the limited run 10th anniversary event.
that's cool. Hopefully we'll, I mean, it sounds like, you know, they are good people at least. And like, you know, regardless of what people say, including me at points, like it seems like the people there are good, and that's, you know, kind of the main thing, especially at these types of things.
it's important to have constructive criticism, and that's what Jeremy Campbell, I believe his name is, had told me. He actually pulled me aside before I really went to work, and he says, try and get a lot of feedback from the crowd. Don't hold back. If there's something they have something to complain about, come tell me. Like, just tell me everything, the good, the bad, whatever they have to say, feedback, we need to know so we can be better. And again, while they're not a perfect company, I think that shows a lot of integrity, that the intent to be better is there.
No,
Yeah.
I think like you mentioned, like even with the whole Embracer and trying, they understand that their production time is not the greatest and that they are constantly trying to improve that. I know the Switch 2 situation with the game cards hasn't been exactly helpful for them too, which is, why I definitely appreciate when you got that article out, and even though it got a lot of shit from the randos on the internet, like it's still very informative to know exactly what limited runs policy was, that whenever they will release a numbered game for the Switch 2, it will always be on a physical card.
Yeah, I think that's important too. So,
We'll see. Thank you for letting me talk about it, guys. It was definitely a very memorable experience.
Your interview was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great interview. Yeah, I wish I could have gone too. I just life.
Yeah, way to let me down, Corey. Gosh.
I know.
No.
I know.
Kidding.
And you know what? I thought I had way less PTO than I do. And now I'm wondering, oh shoot, I need to use this up before I lose it. Which is weird. That never happens.
Never happens, he says.
Never happens.
You know what else never happens? Segue. Xbox games on PlayStation. Except
doggy.
Except now they are.
That never happened.
No, I just before we get to Attaboy and get it together, I kind of want to talk about this weird, like, I mean, I guess it's not weird because they've been heading in this direction for a long time at this point, but like Halo Campaign Evolved, the remake of the first game, is coming day and date to PlayStation, as well as Xbox and PC. And it's just kind of crazy. Like, this was, to me, like, okay, yeah, Gears Reloaded was like, okay, day and date. It's a remaster. This game's been on Xbox for, 5 years at this point, 6 years or whatever. Probably longer than that at this point.
But
you're starting to put games over here. I'm like, okay, the real test is like when the next Halo game comes out, will it be exclusive? Will it be a timed exclusive, or will it be multi-platform, day and date? Turns out,
put that poll out right now. What will it be?
Well, they already announced it's day and date.
Oh, okay, well, I guess we don't need the poll anymore.
Yeah, so Halo Campaign Evolved is a full-on Unreal Engine 5 remake of the first game, campaign only. They are fixing thank God, they're fixing the library, and they're adding 3 new levels to the game with re-recorded dialogue from the first game. Original cast is returning, which is cool. Steve Downes getting up there, though. I can't imagine he's going to be playing Master Chief too much longer. He's like almost 80 years old, 70 years, 75, 77 years old. So, crazy though. I mean, obviously, there's also another story here that like Xbox's next console is going to be the console PC hybrid. So, like, they are very clearly just. This is the
Isn't a console PC hybrid just a console or just a PC?
I thought the Series X was console PC hybrid. What's going on?
No, this is going
to. The ROG Ally Series X was a console PC handheld hybrid. What's going on?
I mean, well, let's talk about Halo first, though. Like, how do you guys feel about Halo being on PlayStation? Like, is that weird? Like, as somebody who played who just Halo is Xbox. Like Xbox wouldn't exist without Halo. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It is a bit jarring. I'm just going to quickly go first because I might have the least experience, but I will say just even the most basic level of understanding that people might have is associating like Xbox, Halo. Like if I say a word, you say the first word that comes to mind. Usually, so for me it's Xbox, Halo. So I had to do a double take when I saw that announcement come out. I personally, I mean, I'm all about access, and I think that's cool. Obviously, you see a bunch of people having fits online about it, but I don't care about how they feel. But it is a weird thing to get used to seeing.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it was weird when Gears came over, but like that they had already had the Gears trilogy running on PlayStation 3 at one point before Microsoft just totally bought it outright. So like it wasn't that weird, but like seeing Halo with PlayStation button prompts and the Xbox people wearing PlayStation shirts at Halo Championship Series, and like I don't know, man, it's weird. I mean, I don't. Again, like if this is the direction Xbox is going, that's fine. It's just it's just about as jarring as the first time I saw Sonic the Hedgehog on Nintendo console, right? Like when Sonic Adventure 2 came to GameCube, it was like, oh my god, what is happening? This is weird. This is so weird.
Yeah, it's like saying, "Oh my gosh, the next Legend of Zelda game is going to be available on Xbox and PlayStation." It's a little like mind fuck.
Oh my gosh,
It
could
wouldn't
you
be a bad
imagine?
thing, but yeah,
God.
Wow,
that would never happen.
Yeah, Nintendo's too stubborn. But
Nintendo
it
likes
just
what they're doing.
it's just kind of like I wonder what their strategy is going to be now though, because like if they're remaking this game, are they going to go straight into like Halo 7 and skip all the games in between? Because like we know Halo 7's in development too, with Unreal Engine, and like this was the big question with Gears is like, are they going to go straight to E-Day, or are they going to put out the rest of the games first? Like, it's weird. I don't know. I just it's just weird seeing Xbox prompts on a Halo game or PlayStation prompts on a Halo game. It's just strange. But I didn't know if you guys thought that was crazy to see or not. Maybe I'm just too.
It really just kind of says the end of a Xbox era.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point, like, really, what is Microsoft? Are they just now that they say they're making a console, but
Yeah.
why do you what's going to be so special about their console if their goal is to get all their games and even X or Game Pass on everything?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Is like, why would you buy an Xbox unless you're a Game Pass subscriber? That's literally the only reason to own one now, right? And like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird. And Satya Nadella came out today and said that like Xbox isn't competing with PlayStation; it's competing for your time for things like Instagram and TikTok. And it's like, not.
So Xbox is a social media platform now?
They tried.
That's
I
weird.
don't know if you remember that. They did try that with
Oh,
clubs and social space and all that stuff.
super quick because I missed being on the pod for a
I
few
do like
weeks.
seeing what
Did
people are
anyone
playing.
here get an Xbox ROG Ally?
I did not.
Nope.
Too expensive.
Not as powerful as I wanted to be. Still struggles with major games.
I'm just I don't really care about it. At this point, it's too expensive. Like I can't justify it, especially with Xbox going in the direction that they're going. I just can't justify it, I've had a hard time even turning my Xbox on recently lately because I'm just like, I don't know, man. I just don't want to invest anymore until I really know what's going on here. Like it's just I don't know.
Yeah, no,
It's
I was trying to sell it. I still haven't sold it, and it's sitting in its box.
yeah.
Well, now I have Panzer Paladin or whatever.
You
the
have a
heck I
game to
bought.
play on it now.
I do.
I mean, you could just leave it sealed and play it on Switch or Steam Deck, where it's like $3 all the time.
Problem.
But yeah, Xbox. Speaking of their next console, Microsoft's next gen Xbox aims to merge console and PC gaming into one unified open ecosystem, which we kind of have been debating whether or not that was going to happen. And they claim that you're going to be able to play your entire Xbox library on this console / PC hybrid. It's also going to run Windows 11 and have stores like Steam, Epic, and Battle.net on it.
So it's kind of like having a gaming PC.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like,
You know, I don't know. Like I have an Xbox app thing on this laptop that I never use. I have a Steam app on this laptop that I use. I don't know.
yeah, it's just like I don't know how they're gonna like pull this off. LeRon, you're the tech guy. How are they pulling this off? How are they doing this?
Yeah. Gee, thanks. I don't know. First of all, like
It's fine.
I haven't even done the research on this because I guarantee you they're being really dicey about it. I'm pretty sure there's some type of agreement going on with AMD. We just don't know what architecture is going to have, like, you know, the amount of VRAM, whatnot. You know, if we base anything off of like the Asus ROG Xbox Ally, Jesus Christ. I'm so tired of these naming schemes.
I know Xbox is the best namer.
They need to be better. Be better.
Nintendo needs to be better. Xbox needs to be better. Only people who's getting it right is Sony, and unless it's a handheld, the only people who are getting it right. You know,
what's wrong with the Switch 2?
There's nothing wrong with the Switch. There's nothing wrong with the Switch 2. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with the Switch 2.
The new Super Switch.
I really wish they would have called it the Switcheroo, but you know that's
they
me.
could have called it the Wii U.
They could have called it the Nintendo Snap.
God. But basically, you know, like but Microsoft takes the cake with the naming system, and you know, like they're being so dodgy about this stuff. But we know they're going to be in bed with AMD because Nvidia does not want to do anything with hardware. Now, you know, the only thing Nvidia really wants to do with hardware nowadays is just graphics cards, and those graphics cards, you know, they all have ends to a means. It's all to perfect AI. You know, like we can game on them and everything, but yeah, like these graphics cards now are by Nvidia are just to help get AI to where they want to be. Thanks, Jensen Huang. Yeah. But yeah, like I don't know. And the release is what for next year or 27? 27.
Apparently.
Okay, so I mean, you know, like we know for sure Nvidia is going to have some fresh. I'm sorry, AMD is going to have some fresh new hotness with their chips and whatnot. But I will also say this, you know, like if they're building it with as a PC gaming system in mind, like yeah, we're expecting something high end. So you guys thought the ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally was expensive. Like get ready.
This is going to be about as expensive as a gaming PC anyway.
Yeah.
Essentially, you're paying for a gaming PC that also can play your Xbox games. Essentially, is what this is going to be.
Yeah, which I mean, for all intents and purposes, a PC right now can play your damn Xbox games.
Well, yeah, my case in point.
Not your 360 or original Xbox games.
True, but I mean, in all honesty, the only thing that's holding that back is Microsoft themselves. Microsoft and Xbox are holding that back. Like we could have been playing 360 games, you know, on PC.
Oh, it's actually the licensing for third-party games is what's holding it back.
Oh, I mean, if we're gonna quibble semantics here, then yeah.
I was gonna say like, but that's such a small slice of the pie. I don't know if the 360 games are worth the dollar price tag. Because at this point in 2027, LeRon, you might finally see me with a gaming PC. Because for me, I would have way more value with that.
Yeah. I agree. I as the as the resident PC guy here for Boss Rush, I agree. Everyone should have. You don't even have to have like the best gaming PC, but a mid-range gaming PC, will take you far. Will take you far. Will enhance your experiences and all this stuff. And you can actually get your games much cheaper. And I'm not talking about pirating video games either. You can get your games much cheaper because like all these marketplaces on the PC side have phenomenal freaking sales. Like shit. Like like if you missed it, Sea of Stars drop below $20 for a weekend on one of the storefronts. Not saying the game was super expensive to begin with, but most people were holding back. Not spending $40 on a game of the year contender.
Yep.
Like yeah, if this is going to be a PC console hybrid, like there are definitely some perks, but there's also definitely some pros and some cons. Let's just put it that way. Like I gotta see what the hardware is pushing because like the Xbox ROG Ally left me disappointed, especially for the price tag.
Yeah, it's just especially if like all those features are already coming to the one that you already have, right? Because you have the X, so that's like the X falls somewhere between the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X, right? It's kind of like sits in the middle of those, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it sits in the middle, but the funny part is if this is the Xbox Ally X and this is the Xbox Ally, if we put where the Asus ROG Ally is at, it's basically right about here, and it's $200 cheaper.
Yep. Well.
Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed. Like I was going to be a day one adapter, of the Asus Xbox ROG Ally X, but this is not. This is more of a hardware refresh and not even a new generation. So
yeah.
Why are we playing games?
I
mean, not why we the gamers are playing games. Why are the manufacturers playing games?
Right.
Yeah. I need more news about the specs of like this thing. Of course, Microsoft's going to do what they always do. They're gonna like wait to like trickle out this news to the last possible minute. Build up some type of interest, and then like have that interest so flowing that people are going to be like, oh well, I don't want to lose. I don't want to like not pick it up because I might miss something.
Yeah.
And then they might miss everything because they did pick it up.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not gonna mince words here. Like it was always PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox in my pecking order back when I was a console gamer, and then it became PlayStation, PC, and then Nintendo. In my gaming order as I evolved as a gamer and a tech person.
Now he's better than all those console gamers.
And now it's PC, and probably hard stop because the only reason why my PS5 even got to work out is because my little brother came home from overseas, and I loaned it to him for a month.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I loaned it to him for a month. So because he had nothing to do. I was like, I tried to sell you my old ROG Ally, but this thing is no longer, my old ROG Ally is no longer for sale. Like, like there's value in the fact that, like I have the original ROG Ally. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so we just gotta see what this thing's about. Like, I guarantee you, like, this is going to be definitely more powerful and much more flashier than the Xbox ROG Ally X. It is, because AMD is going to have some new Zen architecture in it, which is based off of like Ryzen CPUs that actually go in like actual computers and stuff like that. But we still got to see.
Yeah,
feels like we're getting fleeced, and I definitely feel for. I definitely feel for all the Xbox fanboys out there. I do, and I'm saying fanboys. I'm saying fanboys not in a demeaning way either. I understand. GameStop came out and said the console war is over. With that whole like whatever this shit was going on with the Master Chief, GameStop, and the White House thing. And yeah, the console war is over because like Microsoft and Xbox kind of like just rolled over, showed their belly, and didn't even think to wave the white flag.
Yeah, they sure. I don't know, man.
I think they're using the white flag to wipe their tears. I think that's what it is.
No.
Oh no, I think they're wiping something else off their face.
They're using the white flag to polish the door handle to give Phil Spencer the boot when the next console comes out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guarantee the comment train when this video goes live on VOD is going to be like LeRon's being mean to Microsoft and Xbox. I
oh no!
It, but I mean,
being mean to everything.
I've actually been very good tonight. I've been very good.
Well, shall we get into get it together and Attaboy, and then we can get on out of here?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Get on out of here.
LeRon, I'm going your way first.
Okay, you know what? I do not have a get together for tonight. I mean, like I don't. I don't. Like there's nothing. Okay, so for the last 2 months in a row, like Xbox has been my punching bag. And I literally said this before we rolled the recording on tonight's show, the stream, that like, man, like I just got through like lambasting them, last month, and not even 3 days later they're like, hold our beer, so no, I'm not gonna do it. Not tonight.
Hanging fruit to you.
Exactly. I mean, there's other things going on. I mean, like shit, Amazon just laid off like how many people?
14,000 people.
Yeah, I'm not participating in Get Together tonight, but I am going to give an attaboy to my boy Shuhei Yoshida, because man, that dude's living his best life, and he's talking about everything we always wanted to freaking know. I mean, every time this guy, does, he needs to do he needs to write a book and do a book tour at this point, I mean, because like every interview always comes out with something new, something juicy, and something that, lets us know that, hey, this man must not sign any NDAs on his way out the door or something, because my God, like he's telling all the state secrets for Sony. Not all of it's like putting Sony in a bad light either, which is the crazy part, but the stuff he is saying is the stuff that we want to hear from people in the industry who make these influential decisions, who are doing things to help enrich our lives as gamers and stuff like that. And it is amazing. Like I wonder what makes Shuhei so special. I don't mean that saying the man's not special, but what's making him so special that none of the ninjas at Sony have run and shut him up? You know what I mean?
He's got dirt on them all. He's
got dirt on them all.
Yeah.
It almost makes me wonder. Is Jim Ryan going to start saying some stuff? Like, I would love to hear from that dude. Because Jack Tretton also did a tour where he started telling stuff, like, oh, we understood. Like, dude, you really were hamstrung by the powers that be at Sony. We understand, because, like, it seemed like all Jack Tretton was a mouthpiece when he was with Sony. But I tell you what, it's like, as soon as he became a free agent, man, like that week he was on that weekend he was on Keeley's I think it was one of Keeley's first summer game shows and stuff like that, man. That guy had a lot to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, come on.
Yeah, I don't know if you read Reggie's book or not, Reggie Fils-Aime's book or not, but he has a lot of stories in there too. Nothing.
Reggie's also another cool one too. I'm not going to discount. I'm not going to discount him either.
No, I know. I'm just nothing like Shuhei's been talking about on like podcasts and stuff, but like Reggie's got some stuff in there that like Shuhei's fire about the industry is almost parallel to Hideo Kojima's fire when he was separated from Konami. Like, man, Shuhei just retired. It wasn't like he was asked to step down. It wasn't like he was forced out or whatnot. He just retired. Just like who's the other
someone stepped up and claimed his award for what he won.
Yeah. Yeah. Like who's the other guy? The guy from PlayStation Europe. Who I'm forgetting his name. Because he's also had like some very interesting stuff to say since he left. The name's escaping me. Oh man. But yeah, like attaboy Shuhei, like keep giving us these tidbits, this insider look into the industry, because in all honesty, it's fascinating. We want to hear about it. We want to hear about the bad as much as we want to hear about the good and all the in betweens and all this stuff. Unfortunately, like there must be a blood pact for everybody over at Microsoft, because like the couple of people who have tried to say something about about what was going on at Microsoft, they had to have all the outlets say, hey, like we want to talk about this anonymously, stuff like that. And that's how some bad shit's going on, but we want to hear about this stuff. And so this is an attaboy to Shuhei, but this is also an attaboy to, basically, I'm just going to call them the insider whistleblowers. That's what I'm going to call it. Attaboy to all those people, because we get on this podcast show every week, and I feel like the going theme since February of this year for the Bossers podcast has been, what the fuck is everybody doing? Like layoffs, wild ass acquisitions and mergers, like studio closings, and I say studio closings because some studios closed, but there were no layoffs. They just got folded into other places of companies and stuff like that. Like rust releases, botched console launches, things that nature. Like AI is like usurping like our gaming space and stuff like that. And then we've got all this stuff going on. And it's always great to hear, like, hey, this is why this stuff is going on. This is what we were able to do as execs in the industry, and what we could not do as execs in the industry is because we had to answer to hire people and stuff like that. So keep this shit coming. Actually, you know what? Get it together, video games industry. If you can only risk somebody being transparent, once they leave your company, something is wrong in your house.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Well, LeRon, do I have news for you?
Let me have it.
No, I'm just kidding. You're next on my screen.
By the way, one last thing. I love Sarah Bond. I love Sarah Bond, but my God, I feel like I'm starting to wonder exactly how much power she has.
Zero.
I love her.
I think Satya Nadella has proven that nobody at Xbox has any power anymore,
including himself.
It all went to the AI.
Yeah.
Let Cortana run Xbox at this point. Jesus Christ. I'm talking about Cortana that comes on Windows 10 and I'm talking about the Cortana comes on Windows 10 and 11 PCs.
Next year to say we should all do this on Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of dead tech.
Instead of Teams, but whatever. Let me stop. I'm on a roll. Let me stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we only have 11 minutes left, LeRon.
Oh, shoot. Who's next?
This is a really good brand.
Pat, go.
Yes. So, attaboy, Future Labs, the developer of Power Wash Simulator 2. Not only did they release a very successful sequel, they did it without the support of a publisher. They self-published this game this time. So,
Nice.
that is a success story in my books. No Square Enix money on this one. All self-funded.
Nice.
And my first get it together is GameStop and the United States government. What the hell is wrong with you? Seriously. Donald Trump as Master Chief? You telling them both power to the player? The government has not given power to the player. They have been the cause for all raises and everything in the gaming world. You're giving less power to the players, so get that filth out of your mouth, all right?
Yeah, they're on some BS with that, because guess what? This administration's tariffs are why, like, console prices are ridiculous right now.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Yeah. The last Trump administration's tariffs actually hurt the launches of Xbox Series consoles and PlayStation 5. So, and you saw it put Nintendo into a state of flux with the Switch 2. So there you go.
Speaking of flux,
my other one is tied with Steph. So Steph can probably do her attaboy, and then we can tag team this last. Get it together.
Yeah, sure. And my attaboy was super quick because I spent 20 whatever minutes talking about it, but my attaboy is limited run, purely based on my experience. Congratulations on 10 years, honestly and genuinely. And I am looking forward to their next set of announcements, and I hope they can continue to do better with, executing their physicals. But I want to say attaboy because of their true commitment to physical media and just creating stuff that people want. I will say this. Josh had told me one thing that he does is whenever they hire a new employee, they ask what their favorite video game it is. And if it is within their actual power, Josh will make sure that they can make a physical out of the game that they like. So it's, I think that is very, I don't know. I think that's just wonderful coming from a president of a company. Might get it together, as Pat alluded to. For me, it's PlayStation for their cancellation of their concert. Listen, I know shit happens. Maybe it's a sale thing, but my issue is that they announced it. I got tickets and didn't last too long until it got canceled. I found out from social media before I was notified of the cancellation, and they were not transparent with why. People can guess why, but it's really a pet peeve for me when there's a lack of transparency and clarity as to why something happened. Pat, what do you got to say about that?
Yeah, I was planning a trip on this PlayStation concert. I was going to go see it with a friend in a different state, and you know what? That's not happening now, is it? Thank you,
Mm.
PlayStation. Get your shit together.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the way it was marketed, or I think it was like Corey LeRon, like maybe it was too broad. But as far as like, there is good music to be had from Sony PlayStation based games. So I don't know what they did. I don't know if it was just poor planning or whatever, but it's unfortunate because I do think it would have been a wonderful experience for fans.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I know I enjoyed the Final Fantasy concerts.
Mm.
Yeah, it sucks that
Dude, they have Stardew Valley based concerts, okay? If Stardew Valley can have a concert, a successful concert, you'd think Sony could, but whatever.
You would think, but um so my get it together is shocking is going to be Xbox because they continue to say one thing and then do another or talk out of one side of their mouth and something else completely happens differently or
Comes out the other end.
it's just like come
Comes out
on
the
guys,
butt.
like come on. So yeah, Xbox, get it together, come on. But I'm gonna have a surprising attaboy, and this is gonna shock most of you, I think, out there.
Xbox?
Attaboy Bungie.
Whoa.
For now, I didn't get into the marathon. I didn't apply for the marathon test because I just was busy and I didn't think I was going to have time to play it. But I know a lot of people who have been playing it, and they seem to have fixed a lot of the issues that people had during the first alpha test. It looks prettier. New voice acting. The voice actor who plays Arthur Morgan has joined the cast of
Okay.
Marathon.
Roger
Okay.
Clark.
Yeah, nice.
They seemingly are pulling it together for Marathon, which
Kind of happy.
is promising for the studio, a studio that needs a win badly.
Mhm.
Their Star Wars expansion for Destiny is coming out soon, which is also looking promising. So, attaboy Bungie. I know there's been some big hits on them lately, including from me and Josh over on Tower Casuals have been very critical of Bungie over the course of the last 6 months or so. But, it seems like they're figuring it out, and I'm happy to see that.
There you go. Give credit where credit's due,
Yeah. So on that note, we're gonna skedaddle. We're gonna get on out of here. I want to thank everybody out there for watching or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. You can catch us live every Tuesday night. You can catch us on podcast services and YouTube on Wednesdays. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. LeRon, Stephanie, Pat, thank you for your time tonight, as always.
It was fun.
Also,
Definitely
everybody out there.
Great to see you back. Great to see you
Yes.
live.
Yeah, see you
Happy
in
to be
2
here.
months. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh.
Are we coming up on 300 soon?
Yeah, this is 298, so 300 in 2 weeks. Yeah. Do you think we can get to 1,000 subs on YouTube by episode 300? We are 96 away. So
If you do that, LeRon will go shirtless.
yeah,
I promise.
I promise, he says.
I promise.
But
I promise.
does that mean you have to wear
Here's a-
pasties or something? So you
Here's
don't
a little bit of a
tan?
preview right now.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
No. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah. Oh, it's getting hot in here.
All right. On that note, everybody out there, thank you so much for watching and or listening. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
So long.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.